What's up, everybody? This is your boy, Sean Hill. We're built different, faith and fire. And I want to talk to you today about something that I'm personally working on in my own life. It's something called top-down control. Most people never even heard of that phrase. Let me know in the comments if you have, but let me break it down for you in my words. It's when your mind takes control over your body, your emotions, your urges, and you decide what happens, not your feelings. See, there's a thing called friction. The moment where the body says, stay in bed, eat that junk food, skip the workout, scroll a little longer. That's the battle. And top-down control is how you win. Let's start simple, waking up. You don't want to get out of bed. You're tired, you're unmotivated. But when you force yourself to swing your feet over and stand up, that's top-down control. You're telling your feelings, you don't run me. Sometimes you get it out of love. Maybe you promised to take your kids somewhere, so you do it. Sometimes out of discipline, you said you'd be at work early, so you show up. Sometimes you do it because you want to keep your word. Either way, you just do it. That's a mindset. That's top-down control in action. It's not just about mornings. It's about every craving in your face, that urge to eat something that wrecks your goals, that pulls to skip the gym, that reflex to snap at somebody in anger. What did you say, boy? Top-down control is when you stop, you take a breath, and you choose different. And here's the truth. The more rested you are, the easier it is. That's why sleep, nutrition, and recovery matter. When your body is fried, it's way harder to say no to temptation. But let's be real, y'all. This isn't easy. This is one of the hardest things that I've ever had to learn. That friction feels loud. It's like a voice screaming in your head, stay comfortable, take the easy way, you deserve it. I deal with it just like you do, y'all. I deal with it too. But here's what I've learned is every time you override that friction, there's a win waiting. A lot of this I learned from David Goggins. A friend of mine, John Blankenship, gave me a couple of his books, 2 books that David Goggins read and I wrote, and I read both of them, and I started watching a lot of his stuff, and then, man, I gotta give it to him. That guy has learned how to master this, and that's what I'm working on. It, like I said, you've got to learn to override the friction. That you got to let your mind know there's a win coming. It might be pride, it might be momentum, it might be progress on your body, your business, or your faith, but you've got to remember that what that win feels like, and you got to pull it into the present. That's how you rewire your brain, and that's how you keep going when it's tough. Top-down control is tied to one of the most powerful skills a man or woman could ever build: delayed gratification. We live in a world where everything is instant: food, entertainment, attention. But strength comes when you say, hey, I'll wait, I'll work, I'll sacrifice now for later. When you delay gratification, your brain actually starts to release what they call dopamine, okay? A lot of people out there that's done drugs before know when you do drugs, you get tons of dopamine released in your body until your dopamine's gone. That's why drugs are bad for you. But your brain actually works to release that dopamine whenever a win shows up. That's why people who live disciplined lives end up with more momentum, more drive, and more reward. This isn't something you're born with, y'all. It's a skill. You get better at it by practicing it. Every time you resist scrolling, resist quitting, resist the easy road, you're building that muscle. Sometimes you need to trick yourself. I literally talk to myself in third person like, Sean, get up. Sean, you ain't quitting here. Not because I'm lazy, but because separating myself from my feelings gives power over them. That's what matters, and that's what I'm trying to learn, and every day I'm trying to get better and better at this. But here's the trap. Rewarding yourself every single time, if you give yourself a treat every time you push through, your brain gets soft. Instead, you got to keep it unpredictable. Sometimes reward yourself. Sometimes don't keep your brain guessing. That keeps you sharp and keeps you hungry. This isn't just about habits either, y'all. It's about addiction, relationships, money, faith, your whole life. Without top-down control, you become a slave to impulses: food, lust, anger, laziness, distraction. With it, you take back the wheel, okay? For me, this is a daily fight. I don't have it all mastered, but I've decided that this is my focus, this is my goal, and I'm working on top-down control because I know if I win this, I'll win everything else. So here's my challenge to you. Notice the friction. Notice the voice that says stay comfortable. then push through it anyway. Push it through. One small win at a time. That's how you grow. That's how you build real discipline. I'm not teaching this from a place of perfection. I'm learning it, living it, failing it, and getting back up. But I promise you, top-down control is a path to strength, freedom, and lifestyle that you're actually proud of. Please share this video with anybody you know that's struggling with discipline, whether it's faith, money, relationships, working in the gym, getting up, trying to improve in your job, whatever. We all need this, and we all need to get better. It's your boy Sean here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. And also follow us on YouTube. I got a YouTube channel just started called Built Different, Faith and Fire. Go follow me on that. Let's get it.